This is my good friend Tony Singh. He's an Edinburgh boy and one of Scotland's finest chefs.
Service! This is my good friend Cyrus Toriwala, OBE. He came from Bombay 20 years ago, and nowadays he even cooks for Her Majesty the Queen.
Britain on a plate.
We both love this beautiful country of ours.
Even its weather.
And British food is the best in the world. But sadly, in most British homes, spices are banished to the back of the cupboard.
That's 2010. But that's 2009. Bought in 2001.
Oh dear. It's vintage.
We want to spread the joy of spices. The spices are not just hot, they are the simplest way to add a whole array of drama and flavor to food.
So, we've got an idea. We're going to travel the country to show how spices can make British food even more delicious. Star anise and apple crumble?
What about fish and chips with spicy batter? We are going to
Spice up Britain.
I love every lick of it, sir. I like it.
This time, we're heading to the Sussex coast to bring the magic of spice to their local food. We'll be risking a battering.
Holy cow. By giving a sharp kick to Britain's favourite takeaway.
Revamping a traditional bread pudding with magical cardamom and orange.
Bringing the warmth of cinnamon and clove to fabulous slow roast pork.
As we give Britain's most familiar dishes a zing with spice.
Beautiful. Wow.
This is Hastings, one of the best places in Britain to buy really super fresh fish. Pan-fried in a knob of butter, it's a good humble supper, but it's so easy peasy to transform it into something really sexy. Britain is blessed with the best flat fish in the world. People talk about turbot being the king of the fish. No, I think Dover sole is. It's sweet, it's succulent, it's nice and meaty, and it'll work perfectly with this recipe.
It is. You know, that is a female.
How do you know that, chef?
It's winking at me.
Yes, you have that effect on dead fish.
Yeah, I know.
But you know what's good for your soul?
Being a good human being.
Well, that and ginger, that fiery, fragrant, pungent, sweet spice.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
Can you make me some ginger and lime juice, please? Thank you. Fabulous. We're making a spice butter sauce that is fantastic with any white fish. It contains fresh, fiery ginger and lime. Zesty flavours that complement each other and bring a zing to the soul without overpowering it. First, we're preparing the 4 ingredients for the sauce. A large bunch of coriander chopped, stalks and all, and then the juice of 3 limes.
It's best to soften them up so that you can juice them better. It's easy.
Next, to go into the blender, the star of our show.
Ginger.
Fresh ginger should always be plump and juicy.
For me, sir, just to show you, I've brought a piece that I don't like, and I've got a piece that I like. That I don't like because there are little knots, and they show all the way down into the flesh. It's got too much fiber inside. If you're shredding it or chopping it, the fiber interferes with it, and it doesn't cook very well. But if you have a nice, well-rounded, juicy piece like that,
Firm and juicy.
firm and juicy, less fibers inside, great taste, lots of energy, lots of juice in it. Yeah, so let me just grab my ginger and put it into the machine. Okay, so how much ginger do you want?
That's probably just enough after that piece.
There's no need to peel the ginger, just wash and slice. About 50 grams, add to the lime juice, give it a blitz and strain. You should get about 100 ml of liquid. Do you know why?
Why?
Ginger became so popular. Because people presumed it was an aphrodisiac. Did you know that?
Yes, chef. The next thing to prepare for the sauce is a fresh pomegranate. I think it's a magical fruit. As soon as you open up, look at that. You'll need to collect 30 grams of seeds. And you can meditate.
And you can meditate. New bangra, yeah?
This is it.
Come on, let's get into action.
Okay, so we've got the juice.
Yep.
We've got the coriander.
Yep.
I think we've got enough pomegranate seeds. So, with all the ingredients prepared for the sauce, we need to brown the fish before we bake it. We're using flour, but not in the usual way. So what we're going to do now is make some spice flour, just to dust the fish in, and it forms a nice crisp skin.
Yes.
Chef, can you get me some chili powder, please?
Yep.
I'm mixing half a teaspoon of chili powder with 4 tablespoons of seasoned plain flour. The flour gives a golden crust and the chili just a wee hint of heat when the fish is fried. Chef, let's cook the
Let's
fish.
cook.
Heat up a splash of rapeseed oil and press the sole flat into the pan. So we've got this fish in there on the skin side. Just hold it down so it gets a lovely golden crush. None of this TV chef in shaking the pan. As soon as you move the pan, you're losing heat. You want the heat to go straight into the fish to get that lovely crust. Oh, look at that beautiful crust.
That's what you want.
We'll pop that in the oven for about 8 minutes at 200 degrees. This leaves plenty of time to make the spiced butter sauce, as all your ingredients are pre-prepared. We're going to heat up some rapeseed oil. We're going to add the butter.
Butter.
Betty butter bought some butter.
But she found the butter bitter.
Let it foam. As it's foaming and cooking, you're going to get this wonderful nut brown smell. It's going to change colour. And then we're going to put the coriander. Next comes the spicy kick, the fresh, wonderful ginger and lime juice. That fiery punch sweetness of the ginger, and then we're going to put the pomegranate seeds in, season it. Simple as that. Fantastic dish. We're serving the sole with simple pan-fried British asparagus.
Beautiful. Wow.
That's fantastic, chef.
Look at that. Perfecto.
Come on, let's taste it. Is it good?
Let me tell you, sir. The acidity with that creaminess from the butter, the ginger, and that asparagus. Wow. Marriage made in heaven, that one.
Marriage made in heaven, you said.
Naturally.
Asparagus, ginger,
Yep.
pomegranate, all aphrodisiacs. We're going to have baby soon.
Absolutely. For modern British baby. Full of spice.
The incredible spicemen have come to glorious Hastings. Mr. Toddywell and I want to show how spices can awaken even the most simple and familiar dishes. We've zinged up fresh fish from the safety of our own kitchen. Next, we're taking on the locals and Britain's most famous dish.
People are very, very traditional, including my friend Abbas behind me, whose kitchen we have overtaken at the moment. We are going to bring a fabulous flavor to fish and chips with garlic and 4 spices, which are the base of almost every fish dish cooked in India. Turmeric, cumin, coriander seed and chili, and then a couple of little twists. The only British thing is a good dash of Worcester sauce. We just love that. And a squeeze of lime. This spice blend gives a rich depth to seafood without masking its flavor. It won't kill you.
Yes. That's nice.
Is it too strong?
Be hot.
It's a little bit risky. We'll be frying the marinated fish in a traditional batter.
It might be a step too far. With spiced fish messed about with. Are we in for a treat or a rollicking?
Yeah, I hope it doesn't put my customers off because my customers, they would like traditional.
I'll tell you what will happen though. I'll be gone from here. many people are you expecting today?
It's Friday. You know,
20, 30, 40?
probably a bit more, actually.
Cyrus, my gosh.
What's up?
Have a look who's outside.
Holy cow. Looks scary.
Our customers, yeah.
What, all bikers?
Yeah.
Is there a back door out there from the back? Is there a back door?
No,
It's only one door out.
only one door.
But as the saying goes, we must keep calm and carry on. We're going to give them spicy fish.
Okay.
Spiced battered fish.
Afternoon.
Can I tempt you with a piece of spiced battered cod?
Well, I do love traditional fish and chips. It's my favourite. But I would definitely ask for that.
Oh, that's a large one.
Have the last one. You don't like chili.
Not really.
Hopefully, we'll be able to convert you because spice is not hot, spice is flavour.
Fish is gorgeous.
Success.
Lovely. Like that.
Still good.
Absolutely superb.
You enjoyed it? Yeah. That's good. That's good. Good, good.
We've spiced up one great British tradition. Now we're heading 18 miles inland to get our hands on another.
I took a trip on a sailing ship, and when I reached Jamaica, I made a stop. He said the woman piyaba and the man piyaba and the tang tang kolbaka lemon grass, the lily root, coli root, belly root. You don't know that one?
It's not my
my era. Oh, so you're telling me that I'm old now, is it?
not at all.
Yeah.
Season.
Season.
We're meeting a local food hero who's saving a rare breed of pig from becoming extinct.
He also breeds something which is really, really rare and precious. This you're going to love. These little fatties are extremely rare middle white pigs, lovingly raised in an old-fashioned way by Roland and Jane Horton.
They're very docile and they were nicknamed the London Porker because until the 1950s their meat was sold throughout London. So this is a traditional British pig.
Oh, absolutely.
And flavour and everything.
Absolutely.
And they're friendly.
They are indeed. Would you like to feed them, Tony?
Yes, why not?
There you go.
Once
Come
they
on.
see Tony, they'll run.
These were the cutting-edge pig of its day. Quality of the pork is extremely high, and they're now down to just 400 registered pigs in the whole country.
My God, and I've been lucky enough to get a piece of that meat.
And they're very beautiful meat. It's
Oh, it is beautiful.
free-ranged, and they're happy pig.
Lucky piggies. Lucky piggies. Wait, eat these. Yum, yum, yum.
Middle whites grow much slower than most modern breeds, and slow growth allows the meat to develop its legendary flavor.
They are fantastic. The Emperor of Japan only eats middle white pork when he eats pork.
Good man.
Seriously.
It's very true.
I wonder if the emperor enhances his pork with spices. Chef, look what we have here. This is middle white. Look at that, chef. What do you reckon? That should be the color of pork. Not white or not deep
Pink.
red. And it should be just that kind of pink, which means it's had a great life, very natural growing process. The meat is perfect. And what we're going to do, we're going to spice it up, of course. Deep, deep, deep marination, so a few hours of marinating. And then we're going to roast it gently,
Oh, so all the fat melts into the meat,
the
keeping
meat.
it moist and tender.
very gently. But it's going to be fantastic. We're making a spiced marinade to infuse the pork with flavor before we slow roast it. You'll have to start the day before, but believe me, it's worth it. Cloves and cinnamon go extremely well with it.
Yes.
Bit of red chili.
Fabulous. So shall I? I'll grind and toast the spices.
Yeah, so if you ask me, I'll tell you how much I need.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'm just going to scour this now. The marinade is very simple. We are blending fresh, zingy spices with dry, warming spices for a full, balanced flavor.
First, the dry spices. Chili, clove and cinnamon. And how much cinnamon?
About 4 inches. Aha! That is 4 feet. I don't want 4 feet. Stop messing about, man.
Okay. It's fantastic. You'll probably never see it as big as this. It's the inner bark of an evergreen tree. It's peeled and then it's just left to dry and it curls up into a spiral and they normally come in pieces like that. Roughly break up a 4-inch piece of cinnamon and add it to the mortar and pestle.
Chili, I need about 3 to 4, sir.
Okay.
15 to 20 cloves, chef.
Yep, no problem. Cloves may look like little black nails, but they're the dry buds of beautiful tropical flowers. Break it open. And you've got a very pungent smell. And you get that hit of clove oil. And why you check it is some unscrupulous traders take the oil out and then you get left with just a dry twig, a shadow of its true flavour. So we'll pop that into the mortar. The definition of a spice is a root or a seed containing essential oils that will have this fantastic flavour. To activate that essential oil, we're bashing them up. Whenever you're cooking with dry spices, always crush them first and then gently toast them to intensify their flavour. We're just going to work it on the stove with your fingers. You don't want to burn it, you just want to get the flavours, the oils coming out. So as long as you can keep turning it with your hand, that's great. After about a minute on low heat, the spices will release a strong, spicy aroma.
Perfect. Thank you. Oh, has to be good then.
Yeah, it's great.
Whilst the dry spices cool, I'm starting on the fresh, zingy spices. You'll need about 2 inches of fresh ginger and a whole green chili. Add them to the blender with 2 red onions, 4 cloves of garlic, and the toasted dry spices. Straight in there, sir.
What else would you need?
I need some turmeric powder, chef.
Oh, okay. Now for a vivid spice which gives an earthy background flavour and beautiful colour. Be careful, it'll stain your hands.
Gold on a plate, sir. And treat it like gold, sparingly.
Add half a teaspoon to the blender. This is tamarind paste. It's sold in small jars in supermarkets.
The king ingredient today in our marinade. That's it. Good.
That's the pod of the tamarind tree.
Yes.
What's inside of it? Small stones, lots of flesh, and then it's soaked. The pulp is passed through a sieve.
Absolutely.
And you have this wonderful thing.
That's what I've got. Look at that.
My favourite, chef.
You like tamarind, do you?
It's that sweet, sour.
Yes.
And it's in some of my favourite things. Brown sauce, Worcester sauce, chutneys.
You'll need 2.5 tablespoons to give the marinade a good glaze. Then half a tablespoon of sugar, 100 ml of cider vinegar, and a splash of rapeseed oil.
Can I be the porky masseuse?
Go for it, chef. All the way in. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Beautiful.
Okay.
There you go, sir. The pork needs to marinate for at least 4 hours, or pop it in the fridge the night before you want to serve it. Perfecto. The next morning, scrape the excess off and brown the meat for 5 minutes in a hot pan.
The aroma is wonderful. Cover the tin with foil and roast for 15 minutes at 200 degrees, then turn down the heat to 120 degrees. How long is that going to be in there for?
5 hours.
5 hours. 5 hours.
You've got to be patient. We are serving the pork with fresh coleslaw, and after all that slow cooking, the meat will be tender enough to fall apart. Look at that, chef. Look at that. You agree with me that this meat is perfect? Look at the shoulder, yeah? Look at that color of the rind. Tamarind seeped right through the rind, you know. Got this beautiful brown color.
The sweetness of the cinnamon, the clove coming through.
Nice, huh?
Chef, if I was a porker, this is how I'd want to finish up my life. Stunning.
Happy pig, happy chefs,
Happy chefs.
happy people. What do you reckon?
Lovely. We're back on the coast, continuing our journey to put a spicy spring into Britain's traditional food.
And it doesn't get more traditional than this.
You scream, I
Ice cream. We all scream for
ice cream. We're going to spice up everyone's favourite seaside treat, and we found some guinea pigs.
Looks more Bavarian, no? Something like German.
Well, I don't know.
I think they're barking, isn't it?
Yeah. No, he's barking. Do you have any spicy ice creams?
No,
Not at all.
no.
What's that?
Just vanilla.
Just vanilla. Vanilla's a spice.
Ah.
Look, watch this. Out of my magic box, here it comes with that vanilla pod. It's a fruit of a tropical orchid. Smell that.
Lovely.
Strong, isn't it?
Love it.
How about some chili powder? Come on, chef. Let's get the magic out. Bit of chili powder, bit of cinnamon.
It sounds bonkers, but a blend of 1/3 chili and 2/3 cinnamon will transform most creamy British desserts into something really exciting.
There you go. Yes, sir. But will these prancing men agree? Sir, I don't know what's going on here.
Hi.
But you definitely need a spiced ice cream.
How are you?
We don't know what's happening. Gentlemen,
We're just going to get
ice cream with some spices on it.
How about try there?
What happened? Do you always dress like this?
Yes.
Yeah?
This is Hastings.
I've never seen that before. Forgive my ignorance, I'm from India.
They say the Morris dancing's for fertility, a bit of a spring in your step, is that right?
There is that.
The women around,
Shake it about a
bit
bit.
of shake, and they come out to see what's going on. And the men offer them a lovely ice cream with chili powder.
Well, I think as we get older, we don't worry about that too much, do we?
Yeah, done that. Have a good time. But,
Chili isn't my sort of thing. I don't use chili powder at home for cooking or anything like that.
Chili and cinnamon, that really works. It's just, you don't taste the chili, but it's a little hint at the aftertaste.
So, well, I've been converted. It works.
top hats on. I've normally seen them with bowling. Okay. In Britain, we add more cinnamon to our poods than any other spice, but there's so many others that can ramp up a dessert. We're taking a simple pudding, traditionally made with leftovers, and turning it into something magical. I'm going to make my favourite pudding today. Bread and butter pudding with two of the favourite spices that work so well together, cardamom and vanilla. After saffron, vanilla and cardamom are the most expensive spices in the world. So fragrant, prized for their strong, sweet flavours. When they're combined, each brings out the best in the other. Fat, glossy. While Cyrus prepares the bread, I'm making a rich vanilla and cardamom infused custard. First, you'll need to scrape the seeds from a vanilla pod. The best still come from Madagascar. Fat, juicy, plump, bursting with flavour. It's a little bit more expensive using a vanilla pod instead of using essence or extract, but you get so much more flavour out of it, it's just the way to go. Pop it into the milk. That's half a pint of milk and half a pint of cream. Now, the other star of the show, cardamom, my favourite spice. Fragrant cardamom flavours lots of creamy Indian desserts, but its potency fades with its colour, so always use the most vibrant green pods. Lovely, 15 pods in there. It's the most perfumed spice, containing 25 essential oils. To release the magic, you'll need to break the little pods open in a mortar and pestle. Pop it into the milk, and we're going to put some orange zest in here as well. And let that come up slowly to the boil, so the heat starts leaching out the essential oil, gets all the flavour out of everything there. Chef, see when you butter the bread, thick lashings.
Oh,
Lashings of
There's enough thickness of butter here, sir.
I'm layering 15 slices of well-buttered bread.
Chef, you ready for the orange segments?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Come on.
Let them come, sir. There you go.
Excellent.
How do you want them? Just segments?
Just peeled segments. I've took all the zest off, so we're not wasting anything.
To prepare the oranges, cut out segments, then squeeze the juice from the remaining flesh for later.
Sprinkle on top of the rooftops.
Sprinkle.
Sprinkle generously.
Whilst the milk is infusing, crack 8 whole egg.
The 175 grams of sugar.
Milk ready, chef?
Yes, chef.
Nice flavor.
That smells fabulous. I'll have a taste in a second.
Strain the milk into the eggs and sugar to remove the spices.
Sure, look at that. Silky. Nice, smooth, unctuous custard.
Add the orange juice and fish out the vanilla pod.
So you've got this magic vanilla pod. Give it a quick wash. Pop it in a jar, sugar on top. You're flavouring the sugar. So you can just use vanilla sugar, you can have it in your tea, cocktails, great for garnishing, desserts with. So, well worth the investment.
To build the pudding, we're sprinkling the bread with chopped pistachios and sultanas and covering with delicious spiced custard.
Let's give it a wee massage again so it soaks
That's
it
what
up.
you got to do. Give it a wee massage.
Lovely. So there you go, chef. Next layer, please. Just squash it down. Don't be scared. A day old bread's better, or even 2 days old. A little bit stale because it sucks up more of that custard.
The old-fashioned principles of waste not,
Want not.
want not.
Right, chef, I'll see you at the stove.
There you go, sir.
Okay. Yep.
About ready?
Ready.
Go for it, sir.
So we're putting this boiling water in just to diffuse the heat so it doesn't curdle the custard.
That's it, sir.
If anything, you want to cook gently in a water bath. And it goes. We'll cook that for 180 for about half an hour till it's just set. Just this little bit of marmalade, a little bit of bitterness in there. This is my favourite pudding, chef.
Tell me about it, sir.
Look at that, gosh. Have you got your spoon?
Oh, you bet I've got my spoon.
Oh. Wow.
That is a classic leftover dessert given a new lease of life with a bit of spice and a bit of magic. What do you think? More people should be visiting places like this?
This is it. Look at it. Stunning, great food, great people.
Shake on that, sir. Good.
All in all, I think we've come, we've seen.
Yep.
Spices have conquered.
They have conquered. Cheers, chef.
We're in South Wales next, seeing how caraway seeds transform a goat's cheese tart. How cloves bring magic to juicy lamb.
Cyrus of the Lambs.
We'll be doing sweetie spice magic. Ooh, and using paprika to charm a cockle baron.
It's absolutely excellent.